What's happening? It's your boy Norffside Jugg. I'm from Joliet, Illinois, and we're here with the industry's most wanted podcast.
How many niggas you put on? In the way they did Drizzy, that was wrong. That's why I keep my glizzy when I'm home. Matter of fact, I keep my shit cocked before I get off the plane. I'ma have to murk that boy and baggage claim. And niggas scared to talk like men, so I never knew we had an issue. Fuck a ride share, my Uber got a pistol. And I know you love that boy with all your heart, just like you knew he was.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Industry's Most
Big Industry's Most Wanted, not a little one. Norffside Jugg checking in. Listen, we was doing this before. We doing it again, and we going to keep on doing it. What's going on, family? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm cool and good to be here again with you again.
Man, absolutely. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. He came in here looking fly today. Had his patience cap on because had a little technical difficulty. But listen, we getting through it.
You feel me?
Definitely.
Patience is a virtue, for sure.
Especially in this business. You got to have it in this business.
Got to.
Takes a long time to get where we want to go. Ain't that right?
No, that's definitely the truth. Definitely, man. You got to be patient out here, man, and see shit through.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us that official introduction, man.
It's your boy Norffside Jugg. I'm from Joliet, Illinois, and I'm checking in with Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Turned up.
Nah, that is big facts. Listen, again, I appreciate you being here today. We got a lot to talk about. We got some stuff to catch up on. For people who may or may not have seen our last interview, we are going to slightly touch on a few things.
Sure.
Starting out with growing up in Joliet. What was that like for you?
Man, growing up in Joliet, Illinois, it was more like any other, inner city, you know what I'm saying, with, drugs, violence, but I had a lot of good shit there too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we grew up playing football in the street, basketball, all type of shit. So, just like any other city, really, you know what I'm saying? They had a lot of good things to it too, though, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Speaking on b-ball, was that something you ever aspired to do professionally?
Yeah, at one point in time, playing basketball. I did think I could make it to the NBA, even though I wasn't tall enough, but I thought with great skill set and great work ethic I can do it. But after a while, I had to be realistic. I ain't feel like I could see myself doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I played all three sports: basketball, football, and baseball. And I probably could have realistically made it at football for sure.
Yeah.
But, I ain't, when the streets get to you and it be over with, you know what I'm saying? I chose another path. You know
I get it. Listen, I understand. But also, too, it could have been that God intervened and said, that's not the path I want you to take.
Yeah, for sure.
There's other thing I want you to do. When did music come into play?
Music came into play really from the very beginning. My family did music. My mama sung. I don't think she ever recorded an actual professional song.
Yeah.
But my dad did. My uncles did. And I just grew up on music, so music was just there from the beginning, literally, like from the beginning. That's how, I know a lot of old school songs from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s. It's just shout out to my mama and my grandparents and shit, so music just been there from day one.
What's your favorite era of music?
My favorite era of music, I gotta go with 90s R&B.
Me too.
In specific, yeah. The 90s R&B, like
I gotta show you something while you're saying that. This is what I was listening to on the ride over here. I literally have this is what I created, a whole 90s R&B playlist.
Oh yeah, see, I be playing them joints. You gotta send them to me. I see them Jodeci now.
Yes, sir.
Keep Sweat. Yeah, he one of the goats.
Man.
Yeah, man, 90s R&B is man, that's my favorite genre of music. Yeah. A quick story, like one time I was dating this chick, and the fact that she didn't like 90s R&B music or she wasn't in tune with it, that shit put a great disconnect in the relationship. Cause I'm sitting there listening to Escape and all this dope shit. And I'm like, how you don't like Escape? Like, you know what I'm saying? I had that shit, yeah.
That'll break up a relationship.
You know what I'm saying? That shit, you want to fuck with me, you gotta like 90s R&B. For sure.
Ladies, take heed.
You feel what I'm saying?
But it's funny because just last night I do a lot of online shopping. I hate going to the mall. And I was online and I seen a shirt that said, I want love that feels like 90s R&B or something like that. I was like, I got to buy that shirt right there.
You feel me?
Because it's like, who wouldn't want that? I was on the way here, I was listening to H-Town. And them guys were so young. They were like late teens, like 18, 19 years old, talking about some real life stuff.
Real life shit.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I was listening to the lyrics of Mary J. Blige.
She's another great.
I forgot the song, but on one of the lyrics, she said, I would stop breathing if you told me to.
Me too, yeah.
And I was thinking like, God damn, what kind of love was that? They was on some shit back then.
No, that is facts. And I just don't think that there'll ever be another era replicated like that.
Hell no.
Because, and I love a lot of the R&B that's out currently. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of great artists out there. I shout out to Coco Jones. She's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Love her. She's beautiful. But I just don't think a lot of the artists that are coming out R&B are not truly R&B.
I actually agree. At least not the one what I want to hear. Like,
yes,
I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in my ways from the '90s, but I want that real love R&B. That's what I think they need to be pushing right now.
I agree.
Right now it come off as, you know, fuck the nigga. He, you know, it's just kind of like bashing, kind of.
Right, I mean, versus love.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Versus love. I think that the love should be more highlighted again. They need to get back to that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Will you ever make a 90s R&B song?
I would not ever make one, but I would help somebody else make one for sure. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't gonna make one, but I help somebody.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Where did your journey with music really start on a personal level? Because I know, like you said, you grew up in a household, you know, with talented parents, and of course we all listen to music. But where did it start with you saying, you know what, this is something I want to do?
Yeah, I think like 2016, I believe. I think 2016, I started like really feeling like I can do it for real. That's when I started noticing like the jump in my my talent, like the way I was putting the songs together and stuff. I'm a realistic person. If I'm not dope or I'm not good enough, I'm you know, intelligent enough to look at it and say like, bro, you got a long way to go, or you got a little bit to go. I ain't just, you know, so. In about 2016, I started saying like, bro, I think you actually, what you putting together is dope.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying is really hard, and it can start competing with the big people in the game right now. And that's when I made the decision to take it serious. But I found out real early that no matter how dope you is, no matter how much talent you got, it's gonna take way more than that. It's like a whole lot of other stuff that go into it, though. That's just the beginning part.
That is facts. There's so much that goes into it. And I was sharing with the young lady that was here earlier. She does artist management. Yeah. And I had an artist that hit me up on Instagram yesterday, and his son is now getting to music. And his son is like a teenager, and he put me in a group chat. And he said, can you give him a little piece of advice? And I said, my biggest piece of advice, before you start putting music out, get your business together.
Yeah.
Do not release music if you don't have your publishing, if you're not registered with Sound Exchange, because you're leaving money on the table. We ain't trying to do none of that.
None of that. That's
period.
Important.
Absolutely. Over these last, you know, maybe 8 to 10 years since you've really been doing music, what do you feel like is the biggest, most positive change you've seen in the music industry?
The biggest, most positive change? Let me see what I've seen in the music industry. Well, lately I like a lot of artists like it's been like music been changing. Like I like Rod Wave, how he coming out with like that heartfelt music.
Yes.
I like artists like Larry June, who's preaching, you know, like you know, getting your money, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's the era I come up from. Like it's not about killing people, and it's about where I'm from. We wasn't the drug users. We was the drug sellers. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know what I'm saying. So I think that more artists are starting to come out and bring a more positive message nowadays, and I think that's what we need to head towards.
I could not agree more, because there was a period in time where a lot of the music that was coming out was very low vibrational.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's because the artists felt like that's what they had to do to get attention.
Yeah.
But I feel like the best way to get attention as an artist is just be yourself.
Be yourself. And I agree with that, because I don't, you know, I'm not knocking that type of music, but I don't listen to that. I can't listen to somebody talking about they sliding and killing somebody every single bar. I just, number one, I don't even believe them.
Yeah,
it's not.
it's facts.
It's like it ain't adding up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't believe you. And I don't know. I guess I'm getting older. I don't know what it is, but I remember when we was coming up and my grandparents would hear music and they'd be like, turn that shit off. That's me now. I'd be like, man, cut that shit off. I don't want to hear that.
We are our grandparents now.
You feel me? So I'm like, I don't know what it is, man. If I'm growing too much, but I don't want to hear that type of shit.
No, that is facts, because it can become very influential for the younger generation. Mm-hmm. Kids younger and younger are picking up guns now because that's what they're being taught through the music.
Yeah.
It's not the way.
It is not the way.
One thing that I really like, and I'm going to ask your opinion on it, is we've always heard our whole life time repeats itself. You know, style of clothing. We go from bell bottoms to tight leg pants. Then we go back to bell. You know, time repeats itself.
It do.
I feel like with music it does as well, because I've been seeing more and more artists go back to direct to consumer sales.
Yeah.
Because these digital streaming platforms are paying pennies, like a fraction of a penny, And it's very hard for an artist to make money on Spotify and Apple unless you're getting billions of streams, which is unrealistic at the independent level. So I see a lot of artists now starting to sell their music. I'm a big fan of that because they'll make a lot more money. How do you feel about that?
I agree with that, actually. I think that artists should have a website if they don't, because a lot of them don't got websites. They just got their regular social medias, but you got to be prepared. You know, Instagram be crashing all type of shit. What if it crashed for good? I mean, I doubt it, but you just never know.
You are 100% right.
You want to have a website where they can come support you directly. I think that's totally necessary. Get you a website where you can sell your music and your merch directly to the fan, the supporter.
Yes.
Definitely should do that.
I agree. And it's funny because I use that same scenario. I'm like, Instagram, we don't own our Instagram. We're simply leasing real estate on their space.
For sure.
Our page can get hacked. It could be taken down, or Instagram might go. You just never know.
Yep.
If you have your own website, nobody can take that away from you.
Can't take it
yours.
away. It's yours.
Definitely. So yeah, artists, start looking into getting your own website and selling your own merch and your own music. You know, you're gonna make a whole lot more money that way.
A whole lot. And if the supporter comes to that site, you know that they're a true supporter. They came to your website, and you can connect with them more, get the email addresses and stuff, and do special things for them because they went out of their way to come support you.
And what's so dope is, just to throw this out there real quick, so somebody I've known in the industry for more than a decade, I had a sit-down meeting with him and his business partner right here last week, and they just developed a company called Street Runners, and that's exactly what they're doing. Is they're providing a platform for artists to sell their merch and their music. But if you don't want to necessarily do it on their platform, they'll build one for you. So artists who don't know where to start, the official launch is going to be at the end of this month. You know what I'm saying? Just to throw it out there, because I think every artist could benefit from this. You know, it's going to be, of course, be an initial investment, but it's going to be worth it because you can sell your merch on there, your music, whatever.
All of that.
All of that
is necessary.
Making a lot more money, because the streaming game is just in the toilet right now.
Yeah, and then from a mathematical standpoint, like, okay, you know, Spotify and all these other companies, you know, they give you a fraction of the money, but you know, if you do direct to consumer, like, you know, you sell whatever, your shirt or whatever it is for $10, like, you getting that straight drop.
Period.
So you don't even have to do 1 million streams or 1 million whatever, because you getting this straight drop. You don't got to do as much, actually.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about that too is there's a lot of print on demand companies, so you don't have to stack a bunch of merch in your house and run to the post office every day sending it out. You can have some on hand, that way if you go to an event or whatever, but when they order from your website, these print-on-demand companies will print it up, ship it out for you, everything. You ain't got to do nothing but collect the money.
Collect the money, you dig what I'm saying?
Why would you not want to do that? I'm like, shoot, I need to start my own merch.
You feel me? We got to put these folks on game.
Definitely. Throughout your journey, as an artist, just take a look at the bigger picture, man. What do you really enjoy the most? Like, what's keeping you drived and pushed?
Man, I think just the impact that I have on the people. Like, I was talking to this guy one time, and it was just a random guy. He knew who I was, and he knew my music. And he asked me, he said, man, you know what I like about your music? And I always wanted somebody to tell me how they really felt about my music, like that didn't know me.
Right, unbiased.
You know what I'm saying? Unbiased. And he was like, bro, your music make me want to get up and do something with myself. And I thought to myself, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it's for. Like, that's when I created, that's what I be trying to create it for, to make you feel like you can do anything you want to do and you can go get to it. And when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing it right. I'm coming up with this shit the right way then.
I love that. That is, if that doesn't motivate someone, nothing will.
Feel me?
That is amazing. And that's probably one of the best compliments you could ever get about your music, because you are out here motivating people that you don't even know.
I don't even know.
Man, let's dive into your actual process of creating music. Do you put pen to paper?
No, I actually don't. I usually just come up with it on my phone, but lately, the last couple weeks or whatever, I just been you know, put that beat on and just come up with it, and just, you know, just freestyle, just what comes. So I might mumble some shit that don't even make sense. You dig what I'm saying? To get me a nice little melody going, and after I do that, I go back and put the words in. You know what I'm saying? But I make sure the words mean something. I ain't just rapping to rap no more. I can't just, you know, I can't just rap to rap no more. It has to mean something. Everything got to mean something to me. What I'm talking about.
Every move we make in life has to make sense, including the music you're putting together.
You feel what I'm saying?
100%. Out of all the songs that you've released, think about your catalog for a minute. Which one would you say is the most heartfelt, the most personal for you?
The most heartfelt, it got to be, I would say, it got to be either Put On, it's a song called Put On, it's a song called Forever Gold, which is both out on all streaming platforms and YouTube. But those are heartfelt songs because I'm talking about, you know, homies that I've lost to gun violence and poverty and how I overcame it all in like one song. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm giving you the blueprint on how you can overcome your circumstances too. So those two songs, Forever Gold and Put On.
As a music artist, how important do you feel it is to put out very relatable songs? Like you said, you have a song that talks about gun violence and coming from poverty, really being transparent about who you are. How important is that?
I think that's very important because I don't think you want to fake it. I think you want to, you know, be authentic as possible, be yourself, put that music out. And if it's for you, it's for you. It's going to resonate with a lot of people. Even people who can't understand it directly, that, you know, if you articulate it well, they can say, damn, I you know, that's crazy. Or I felt him on that, even if they didn't go through it, you know, personally. So I think it's very important to tell your story and speak your truths over a dope instrumental, and it's going to touch who it's going to touch for sure.
That's facts, man. Absolutely, because that's where you're going to build your most organic fan base. When you put out your true heartfelt music, it's not like a facade that you're putting on, because you're going to attract the wrong audience that way. 100%. You're going to probably attract some people that you don't even resonate with because you're putting out music that don't fit who you are. So artists, keep it G, keep it true to yourself. Like he said, that's important. Again, still staying on the topic of music, you know, all the songs that you put out, right? Do they typically, and I know they're, you know, they come from your heart, but do they come from just all life experiences, or do you ever like kind of just throw a little something in there that's like, okay, this is something maybe I seen or something I desire to do? Do you ever incorporate that on your music?
Yeah, I incorporated a little bit. My music come from personal experiences, or I may have seen somebody go through something, or you know, but barely do I. It's mostly going to be that's something I went through personally. You know what I'm saying? But I may incorporate. You know, what do they call it? Like, you know, when you basically how, you know, like when you ain't made it there yet, but you trying to get there, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put that in the music too sometime. Like, you know, it's been times where before I actually had something, I spoke about it, and I spoke that into
manifestation.
Manifestation. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So you got to manifest. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't saying cap. You know what I'm saying? Just flat out cap.
Like, I got 10 Rolls Royces in a mansion.
That's cap.
That's
you see
cap.
what I'm saying? But you can manifest, but don't cap. You see what I'm saying? So matter of fact, that's a bar. You can manifest, but don't cap.
You should put that in a song. That is a bar.
You feel what I'm saying?
Love that. We're writing lyrics over here today. What is the biggest lesson you've learned? Drop that, because it may help another artist maybe curveball something that they could run into at a later time.
I think what I've learned is, like, man, ain't nothing gonna be hard work. Like, whatever you trying to do, especially with this music shit, like, man, you gotta really put that work in. And I'm talking about however much work you think you putting in, I'm telling you ain't putting in enough. Like, you gotta put in a lot, man. That's from doing, you know, hitting the radios, hitting the podcasts, shooting the videos. It don't just end with you going to the studio and you create a record. I'm telling you, that's just the very, very beginning right there. There's so much more that go into this stuff right here. You want to have any shot, trust me, bro. You got to really put that hard work in. That's it, just hard work.
Absolutely. It's like the old saying, you can't skip any steps.
Can't.
You cannot, like, you may not enjoy doing stuff like this, but you have to do it. You may not like hitting the showcases and performing to get your stage presence up or build your network, but you got to do it.
You got to do that.
There's everything. So it's like, if you're not prepared to touch every step, get out the business, because you're simply in the way.
You is.
You're just clogging up the pipeline for people who can really make it through. Definitely. I know you do a lot. And you're one of the artists that is like the epitome of, I'm a dope artist. You got the good music, you got the image, you got the hustle, you got the grind. What do you feel like is something that Norffside Jugg can work on a little bit, though? Go a little harder on.
Man, I think I'm the type of person, I think I can go hard, honestly, on everything, even more on the music, but like, I can be a better son, I can be a better father, I can be I can be a better everything, and I'm always trying to strive for better. All the time, I'm always taking the necessary steps to become better. You know, like I said, I just started going to therapy because I was a person who didn't believe in therapy. I felt like, man, people grown as hell, man. Y'all know right from wrong and what to do, but that shit get deep. So it's a psychological type of situation. So I take the necessary steps to become a better person. You dig what I'm saying? Whatever that means.
I love that. Listen, let's talk about that a little bit. And I thank you for being transparent, because I'm a big advocate for mental health, right? You just recently started therapy.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that a little bit, because like you said, there's a lot of people who have a misconception of what that is.
Yeah.
I think everybody on earth at some point in time could benefit from therapy.
For sure, I think so.
What has your experience been like, and why did you decide to go?
I decided to go because I'm a real open-minded person. So I think, nobody exempt from therapy. I think everybody should go, whether you think you need it or not. Go try it out. Get a professional. Because when I was in there, my therapist is a lady, she was really making me look at things a totally different way that I would have never viewed them. And it was at that moment that I realized, like, yeah, bro, you don't got all the answers. And there is other ways to go about things and even think about things. So I think it's very important, and I think everybody should do it.
I couldn't agree more, because I'm very much of an overthinker. I'll think about 150 different scenarios that may never even come to life.
Yeah.
And I'll self-sabotage myself. Like, I'll literally almost feel like I'm having a panic attack, because I'll think about something so much.
Yeah.
That's where the mental health comes in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy, but I'm human. We go through stuff like that. And simply being able to talk to somebody without them judging you can really help, especially when it's somebody you don't know, because that's unbiased. You know, they're just there to simply listen to you, to have an ear. For anybody out there who is seeking to get into therapy, where do they start?
Man, I would start with as simple as Googling a therapist near you, and do your research, look at the reviews, and do your due diligence, and then pull up on them, and however it go, the payment however that go. That's what I did. I just simply Googled and pulled up and gave it a shot, and it was the best thing I could have did, because they really make me look at things different.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying? So again, I recommend that to everybody.
And just so you guys are aware, they do have therapy sessions where you can even do it over the phone if you don't feel comfortable. Like, I have a friend of mine, she does hers every Friday over the phone with somebody, and that's what works for her. And she benefits from it. So it's like, you don't even necessarily, if you don't feel comfortable pulling up in person, boom, you can be in the privacy of your home and still do it. So there's options out there. And just to touch on that a little deeper, I had seen an artist that I know who posted a video about going to therapy, and another man chimed in the comments saying, oh, that's weak, that's whack, no man should do that. And I'm thinking, you're the one that probably needs it more than anybody if that's the way you feel.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was lame for him to say that.
Super lame.
It take a strong person. A lot of people that be saying that's weak, it be taking a lot of strength to do things and be transparent and stuff. That take a lot of strength. That's actually not weak.
Listen, I say this all the time from a woman's perspective. I'm a woman. I'm a real woman.
All right.
It takes, in my opinion, more of a man to show his vulnerabilities, more of a man to show his weaknesses or admit to certain things, take accountability. It takes more of a man to be okay with going to therapy. If you can't do all that, you're less than a man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not sorry, but it's just facts, because fellas, y'all got to put your damn pride to the side, because it could literally save your life.
Yeah, 100%. Pride comes before the fall every time. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, definitely, man. I think, it take a strong person to come out there and be transparent and admit they need some help.
I commend you 1,000,000%. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you, because I hope a lot of people see this and take heed to it, because they need it.
They need it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was one of the ones that trust me, I was against it. I was like, but I went one time. It was the best decision I could have made.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Is that probably one of the best decisions you've made in your life, would you say, is going to therapy?
Yeah, it was one of them. It was definitely one of the most best decisions I made. Like I said, they give me different ways to look at stuff. It helped me have closure on a lot of different things. Like we unpacked my childhood a little bit, and even my relationships in the past. It helped me unpack those things and where I went wrong or why I could have been better. And I was understanding the other parties a little more when they gave me that insight.
Yeah.
So that's why, I'm glad I went.
Absolutely, because I feel like that we can carry traumas from our childhood or, like you said, past relationships, and it can affect us today and we don't even realize it. Like, we don't understand why we get triggered about certain things, and it's because of a past trauma that we have not been able to let go of. That's where therapy comes into play.
It showed do, and it taught me how to communicate better. Like now, I feel like when you want to communicate with your significant other, whatever, or whoever it may be, I think you should start off with a compliment first, so they don't feel attacked. If you come up with a compliment first, hey, I think you're really dope at this and that, and I really appreciate that. Moving forward, I would like it to X, Y, Z. But if you lead off with boom, boom, get right at them, they ain't gonna take that right. So I think that starting off with a compliment first and then go into...
Man, that is a great piece of advice. And I'm going to take heed that to myself, because what I've noticed is in past relationships, men and women are very different. No need to even dive in that, because we know women are very emotional. Mm-hmm. I feel like oftentimes when a woman is simply trying to have a conversation, a man will think that we're attacking them or we're trying to start an argument with them, and it's not that at all. That's not our true intent. Our intent is just to pour our heart out and speak on something, but maybe just taking a different approach. Like you said, name something that they are doing right that you appreciate, and then lead into, but if we could maybe try it this way or something. That's a great piece of advice.
100%.
I'm gonna take that piece of advice. You theraping me today.
For sure. You definitely gotta do it like that. I think that's the best way to go about it.
Man, thank you for sharing all of that. Again, I appreciate your transparency on that, because it makes you a hell of a man to be able to do that. So it speaks a lot for you. Outside of this music industry, let's dive outside of that real quick. You're in the process of purchasing your first investment property. Congratulations.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. Getting into investment properties, real estate, big business.
That is, you know what I'm saying? I got a $80,000 mobile home though. I started there. I ain't go too crazy. I'm trying to see what it do. But
it's a great starting point.
Yeah. So I did that. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, it was just, I'm already like good with my hands, and I was already going into homes, renovating them and stuff like that. And I knew actually investing in them was going to be the next step. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but it did. So that was a big thing for me to start off with this mobile home. So now what I'm going to do is go in there myself, gut everything out, make it look dope. I wanted to have this real dope little feel to it. And then, the difference what I'm going to do is I'm not going to rent it out, though, like per month or a year lease. I think I'm going to rent it out like for a weekend for like people that want to vacation.
Like
to
an Airbnb
Midwest. Yeah,
type
like an Airbnb. Except I'm actually own it, though. You know what I'm saying?
You'll make more money that way.
That's how I'm going for it. So I gotta make it real dope. So people want to come there. It's on the lake. It's real dope.
Yeah, because there's a few different. There's Airbnb. There's Verbo. And there's also a place called Pure Space. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I heard of Pure Space, not the other one. I'm going to look it up, though.
Yeah, because with that, you can even rent it out like hourly. Like maybe somebody needs a place to have a baby shower or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Pure Space does. Like I could rent this out hourly if I wanted to. Say, rather than giving it up for 2-3 days, that's just another option, because maybe they need to have a little get together or whatever. Something to think about.
No, that's super dope. I didn't know that. And this is why you got to politic and talk with people, because
politicking and networking.
You can rent it out for a couple hours. That's dope.
And I think that what you're going to do is the great approach, because you're going to make a whole lot more money in the long run. And the money's always going to be there. When you rent to somebody, they might be late on their rent, or you have to end up evicting them. And that's a freaking hassle, because you see what some of these tenants do to these rental places. They destroy them and trash them.
100%. Yeah, and I didn't want to go through that.
Yeah. And I like the fact that you said it's a mobile home, because it's a cheaper investment, but you can fix them things up like a bad boy. They nice. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really deck it out and everything. And shoot, what area is it going to be in?
It's going to be in Illinois. So back home in the Midwest, and it's on the lake. You can fish, or you can just go out there and chill out.
So
I'm going to put the jacuzzi in there and the fire pit, all that. I'm going to really make it real dope. It's going to be a dope spot for people to go vacation at in the wintertime when they want to, have that feel, that snow and stuff like that. I crave that. Being in the South, we don't get that. So I crave that sometimes. So, people in the South or whoever, they can go down there and really get that feel. It's going to be dope.
It's going to be a place for you to get away too. Shoot.
100%.
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win. I'm excited about it, for real.
So let me ask you this. I'm not going to say if it takes off. We'll say when it takes off, because it's going to. We're manifesting it, right?
For sure.
When it really takes off and you get the ball rolling with that, and it's kind of on autopilot per se, with being on Airbnb and stuff. Are you going to look to sprout more and put more out in different areas?
100%. Yeah, that's why I just started with this one real quick. I can stand the risk right now with that right there. But definitely, if this go how I think it's gonna go, then yeah, I'm gonna go get a couple more. I'm definitely gonna do that. So, we just gonna see how this gonna go. But I believe that all the research that I've been doing on it, I think it's gonna be a knockout. Like,
I agree.
Easy. You know what I'm saying?
I know a couple people who have Airbnbs, and I know someone else who has Turo, where they have a car that they bought and they just rent it out on Turo. Are you familiar with that as well?
Turo,
They make a lot of money with that.
A lot of bread on that.
A lot of money. So it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of an initial investment, but you make it back quick.
You make it back quick, and that's what I'm trying to do. So,
definitely. Yeah. Man, that's dope. Congratulations. That's a big business move. Yep. Do you already have the land that it's going to be on?
Yep, everything. Man. Only thing I got to do now at this point is go in there and gut that thing out and make it look real nice and put it on them sites.
You already got a vision of what you want to do on the inside?
Yep, I already do. I want that cabin. I want it to feel like that cabin feel to it. So I'm gonna gut it out. It's gonna feel like a cabin and get a fireplace in it, all that good stuff. Cause it's gonna be in the Midwest. So when it get cold, it's gonna be, you're gonna walk outside to that snow and it's going to be dope. I already got the vision for sure.
Man, that is fire. I absolutely love that. It is dope. How do you feel like doing something like that, which is a totally different business than the music industry, can maybe tie back into what you're doing or even enhance what you have going on?
Man, I think you just gotta have like a balance though, you know what I'm saying? So I just like seeing shit start from somewhere and then watching it grow, and I have my hands on it the whole time. I just get a kick out of that, whether it be a song that started from an idea or something I was going through, or with this real estate thing now that I'm getting into, I just get a kick out of seeing shit grow. Yeah. That's my thing.
That is such an amazing feeling, isn't it? Yeah. Like, especially when you start literally from the ground up and you put something together and then see how it flourishes. Yeah. I think that's one of the best feelings in the world, because it's showing that your hard work is paying off.
100%. I love that. So I do that. Anything that I try to be a part of, whether whatever it is, I want it to grow and prosper when I touch it, or the moment I involve myself, even in relationships with people. When I come into people's life, I instantly want to make their life better. And I'm like, that's what I'm here for. If I ain't here to make you better, then what I'm here for.
Man, that is facts, and it's got to go both ways. It's like, if you guys can't beneficially uplift each other or maybe put each other in a position to level up, it's like, what are you hanging around that person for? Yep. Like they say, if you hang around 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th one.
You're going to be the 5th one. You feel me?
100%.
I agree with that.
So be mindful of the company you keep and be around people that you can uplift them and they can do the same for you.
100%.
And you're a father.
Yep.
So this is building generational wealth. Yeah. Leaving a legacy, leaving business, to your kids if it's something that they want to, take over when they become an adult. How many kids do you have?
I got 2 kids. And I'm definitely trying to build something for them for when I leave the earth. They got some, if I want them to work hard and so they can understand, that this shit don't come easy. When you work for something, you got a different attachment to it, as they say. So I want them to know that, but I don't want them to work like as hard as I did, getting it out the mud. I want you to know what it feel like, but you ain't got to get it out the mud. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the whole purpose for this too, for them to be straight.
That's facts, because like my business partner, OG Bigger Rankin, always says, free is too expensive. People don't value and appreciate something they didn't work for. Yeah. So it's like you said, you're going to still have them put the work in, but they ain't going to have to get it out the mud like you did. You're going to already have the blueprint laid out for them, but they're going to have to work to continue on the legacy and run the company.
That's how it's going to have to go.
That's
that's another bar right there. You ain't got to get it out the mud, but you still going to have to work hard though.
See, we writing a whole song today. I just want like a 10%. No, I'm just playing. No, that is really, really dope. Something else that you were able to overcome, which was extremely dope. You got your criminal record expunged.
Oh yeah, that was dope as shit.
Let's talk about that, because that is life changing.
Yeah, that's life changing right there. They was a few things that I were trying to do that was hindering me right there. So I contacted the right people and I said, man, what it's gonna take for me to get my record expunged? They pointed me in the right direction, and then I had to fly back home. And when we got in there, the prosecutors, whatever, they was just like, hey man, it's been long enough. You ain't got in no trouble in a long time. We ain't even gonna fight you, man. You can, just sign this right here and pay your fines. And man, I signed that shit so fast. You know what I'm saying?
Paid my fines.
Paid my fines and got up out of there. And they actually just sent a letter in the mail saying it's official because, that even though they threw it out, it wasn't official until they say you got to take up to 60 days. So they just sent that in, boom. So what that did for me was now I can legally carry a firearm, which was the main motivation for me doing that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, got to protect yourself out here. So when I did that, I'm like, okay, now I can get a firearm now. And, just a couple other things. I just wanted a clean record anyway, like when I first came up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right my wrongs type shit.
Absolutely, because you are a totally different person than you were when those things were going on. You've changed your life. You're on the right path. Now, we're all human. We make mistakes. And sometimes the mistakes can come back to haunt you years later if you have a criminal record. If you got a felony on your record, there's a lot of things you can't do
you feel what I'm saying?
As a convicted felon. So two lessons from that. One is a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah.
You said, you know what? It won't hurt to ask how I can make this happen. You got in touch with the right people and made it happen.
It did, yeah. And what I'm trying to do now is I know it's a lot of people out there in the same predicament I'm in, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm teaming up with those people who help me. We're gonna start a foundation where we're gonna help others just get their record expunged.
Love that.
I see in the way that I function, like, I can't be investing into nothing that I'm not connected to. So things happen and just make, that's how things start with me. So when I got my record expunged and I seen how good that felt, and I'm like, damn, it's a lot of other people in this predicament as well. That made me want to team up with them and start this foundation for there. You dig what I'm saying? And then when you go to the real estate situation, like, all right, I already good with my hands building things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it went from there to actually investing in my first property. With the music. So I'm creating music. I love music. Then I started a record label. So every single thing that I invested in, I'm connected to. That's important for me.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And it's, it's also motivation for people who have done stuff in the past that got them incarcerated or have a felony on their record to start doing the right thing and stop getting in trouble, because there is hope. Sure. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a possibility that you can get your record expunged if you can show them that you haven't gotten in trouble in the last 10 years or 5 years or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Stay out of trouble, man. I know it'd be tough. I understand the situations that we be put in, but it could be done, man. You know what I'm saying? I did it. You could do it.
No excuses.
You could do it, man.
Take accountability. Even if you have to go get a low-paying job rather than being in the streets, man, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got kids.
100%, yeah. And a lot of people don't. Speaking of low-paying job, I know, because it definitely costs money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people that they don't want to work or even accept a low-paying job. But a quick story. I remember a while ago though. My mother, right? That's where I got my hustle from. My mama, right? My mama will work 2 jobs. She would work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. at one job, and then she would work from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every day. She did that shit for 10 years.
Bless her heart.
So, and she was a single woman while she was doing it. So I remember calling my mama, asking her Mama, I said, how you able to pay all your bills and you help people out and you just let uncle borrow $500 and this and that, and my mom was like, "Cause I work 2 jobs, nigga."
She kept the G.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I got my hustle from my mama. So I think that's why, when another grown adult tell me he can't do something or, he asks me for something, I be like, bro, I don't really want to hear it, bro. I see my mama go out and get it every day, bro. So, and she don't have to, you know what I'm saying? But she goes out and do it every day, and that's where I got that from.
Listen, I agree. And it's I understand some people fall on hard times. I get it. Mm-hmm. It happens. However, it's there's a way out. Figure it out. If you gotta go get a job at McDonald's, bro, swallow your pride, and that's what it is, man.
Yeah. Somebody
out there will hire you. Go to a day labor situation until you can get back on your feet, rather than just always trying to bum money off people, because that gets like tiring after we work hard for our money. I don't want to just keep throwing money out there knowing I probably will never get it back again.
You feel me?
We don't like people asking us for that because we know we ain't gonna get it back.
You feel me? No, I'm with you, man. So don't be no excuses. Like I said, shout out to my OG, but ain't no excuses for no other grown man. You know what I'm saying? If a woman could go do that, and she working real jobs, like,
oh, that is
you know
facts.
what I'm saying? She a warehouse job, and I hated that for her. But also though, I looked at it as a blessing in disguise, because my mama don't really like. She don't do no working out or nothing like that. So I looked at the warehouse job like, maybe that might be good for you because you don't do nothing, mama. I told her that, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's facts, because that's a lot of labor involved. Yeah. I worked at a company. I worked in the office side, but we had a warehouse, and I would see them guys out there. They would be sweating their asses off, like busting their butts out there moving boxes and this and that. It's a whole workout.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Keeping her healthy at the same time.
100%. I don't know what she's going to do now because she retired now, though. She retired now. But,
now she go for a walk around the day. That's what my dad does. My dad's 76, so it's like he does, you know, he goes for walks. He's got some little small weights at the house just to keep himself active. Yeah. So he's not being sedentary and just sitting around, you know, like losing muscle mass and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, all that stuff is important. We were talking about the whole health stuff before we went live today. We had a whole other conversation.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
That's important.
So you are in the works of putting together an album and an EP?
Yeah, right now I'm doing both of them. I'm gonna do the EP first and then the album second. The EP gonna probably be a mixture of songs that I got out with some new joints, and then the album the way I envision it is about 13 songs never heard. You know, just 13 dope joints never heard. But I'm working real hard on it right now, like harder than I ever did. Like, I'm taking my time. I'm making sure the beats fire. I'm making sure the message is right, cause I think what I want to do is I want it to be catchy, jamming. I want you to feel it, but the message got to be clear. You know what I'm saying? Just prosperity, not backdooring your homies, taking care of your family, like just how to conduct yourself like a man. I want, if the world ended today and all we had was this project that I was done with, I want people to be able to listen to this project and know how to, like, this is where this like the Bible almost. Like, this is how we're going to you know, just build from here. Like, he giving me all the game on how to conduct myself as a person. Yes. That's how I want it to be.
I love that. Yeah. The EP will come first, you said. Yeah. When can we anticipate the release of that?
It's going to be before Christmas, actually. The EP going to be before Christmas. And then, like I said, I'm not done with the album yet. I'm working real hard on that. So definitely producers send beats in, all that good stuff.
Any particular type of production you're seeking for the album so they know, like, what to send?
Right now I'm looking for like samples where, you know, heartfelt, soulful samples. That's when I can pour out my feelings the most. I think so if, you know, if your producers you watching out here, send beats with samples, like with a beat, you know, kind of like crying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Send that in, and that's when I can, like, really dig in my bag and really paint a picture for y'all.
Definitely.
You dig what I'm saying?
The EP, is there a title for it yet that you can share?
No title yet. No title for it yet. I'm kind of bouncing around a few titles, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna wait till it's created first, till it's done, and I'm probably got maybe like a few more songs, and then I'm gonna go from there. But it's definitely a lot of game on there for sure. I'm giving a lot of game on financial wealth, freedom, and, you know, all that type of stuff.
I love it. Yeah. Give some of these artists a piece of advice. You're about to roll out an EP followed up by an album. Album probably fall into 2025 at some point in time. But we'll say the EP, putting out an actual body of work has to be handled slightly differently than putting out just a single by itself. What are some of the things that you have planned marketing and promo wise to roll out this EP?
So to roll out the EP,
besides being here with me today.
Yeah, not for sure. But, like, yeah, you definitely got to go on Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Make that a stop.
Industries.
When you come through, when you do your promo run, you want to pull up here, man. It's dope vibes, man. TampaMystic, she dope as hell, man. And just, you definitely want to, like I say, hit them podcasts, hit them radio stations. You definitely... A lot of people ain't into the whole promo, Instagram, whatever. I promo my shit fast as hell. I put that bread on there. Put my shit in front of them people, man.
Oh, God.
You gain a lot of fans like that. Like you say, have your business together. You want to be performing everywhere. You want to be everywhere it's popping. Like, a lot of people underestimate South by Southwest and whatever BET Awards coming up, you need to be there. Like, you got to really be everywhere promoting this joint, hitting the you know, who the people that they make dances up to your music and stuff like that. You need to hit all them up.
Yes.
You got to really do everything. You can't cut no corners because you're competing with these big people who put millions of dollars behind their artists. I seen an interview where they was saying they put about $250,000 to make a single go #1.
That's exactly right. QC talks about that.
Yeah.
It takes $250,000 to make a song really, really go up. It's not a broke man's business.
You feel me? So if they putting $250,000 behind an established artist single to go #1, you're no one, and you won't even put $250 behind your single.
Facts.
It's not gonna happen, gang.
It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. And people feel like someone, when they make it to, we'll say, a Drake level, they're still constantly investing. It's not, oh, I made it big, now I'm not spending no money. No, they're still investing. The labels and his team are still investing in his campaign.
Yeah, 100%.
Radio campaigns are very expensive. You know, like, it's funny because people hit me up about the internet station, and my prices are extremely fair. And they'll be like, is that FM? I'm like, do you really think you can get your song played? If that was the case, every FM station would be saturated with independent music. You can't buy your way into radio rotation on an FM station unless you got like thousands of dollars to do so. It don't work like that.
It don't work like that. You know, I don't know why people I'm not afraid to invest in myself like that. I don't get that, man. I mean, I feel like if they ain't investing in themselves, I'm gonna take it as you don't believe in yourself. Then I'm putting every penny up behind myself, and I done went broke on myself lots of times with music. And this is why what had me go to get other hustles, because I'm like, man, this shit costs. You will go broke out here trying to do this shit, man.
Facts.
If it don't happen for you right away. So, yeah, investing in yourself to me just means you believing in yourself.
100%. And for the artists who absolutely refuse to invest in themselves, I say this in the most respectful way: get out of the business.
Watch out, man.
I promise you're in the way. You're clogging up the pipeline for artists like him who are really out here working, who are really putting that work in. I had an artist hit me up again on the radio station asking about rotation. I told him my price, and he's like, I don't pay for promo. I know my worth. First of all, the dude literally had 12 followers on Instagram. 12. His music that he had on his page was probably some of the worst I've ever heard. You could tell it had no mix, no master. He probably recorded it on his phone, and it sounded like there was wind blowing in the back, and he was releasing it like that, talking about, I don't pay. Bro, it's artists like that, and I hope you see this because you'll know who I'm talking about. It's artists like that who are in the way, man.
In the way, dog. You dig what I'm saying?
And then they wonder why some people don't want to mess with artists, is because they have to deal with BS like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If you're not willing to, like you said, you're not willing to spend no money, and it just stop, bro. Like you said, you in the way, bro. Like,
yes.
Yeah, and then they be complaining. Your price is your price, man. Pay the shit. You gonna do it or you ain't, bro.
Listen, and what you said. The people who spend the least amount of money be the biggest pain in the ass.
Don't they?
Bruh.
That's why you got to get your money.
They are the ones who want to micromanage the situation. How we looking? Bruh, we looking just fine. Like, it'd be the ones who want to spend $50 that complain the most or want to rush the process.
Yeah.
Rather than trusting the process. They be a pain in the ass.
It'd be like that.
Any business owner can feel me on that.
Yup. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Facts. What else you got coming up in the works? You got this EP on the works. You got an album in the works. Anything else we need to be on the lookout for?
Let me think, man. Well, not yet, but I mean, I'm not. Eventually, I'm gonna see where the wind blow. Right now, like I said, I'm just doing this real estate, doing this music, helping people get their record expunged. And like I said, all of these things kind of just fell in my lap. I don't never just chase it. It's just like my destiny. It's just what come to me.
It's your purpose. You're walking your purpose.
That's why, and I really feel like that right now too. You dig what I'm saying? So that's really it. And we gonna see how everything else go as planned. But I'm gonna double down and go hard on everything that I'm doing already right now.
I love it.
Going to therapy and all that good stuff.
One more thing before we get up out of here. The record called "Put On." That's the current single. Tell everybody a little bit about it and where they can go. Purchase it, stream it, download it, share it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's on it's on like YouTube, every social media platform, every streaming platform. Put On the record, just about putting your people on. Like I said, it's about, homies that I've lost and just where I come from and how I overcame it. So, like I said, you can find it everywhere. Just Google Norffside Jugg, Put On. It's gonna pop up everywhere.
The visuals on YouTube?
The visuals on YouTube, too. The video out, too. I'm actually shooting a video about 5 o'clock today.
Okay.
Yeah, my director just so happened to pull up on me. He was like, yeah, I'm in Atlanta. And I was like, yeah, I'll be there about 5 o'clock.
I know that's right.
Yep.
You ain't got to disclose the location, but is it going to be like downtown anywhere?
Yeah, it's going to be in Atlanta for sure. He
That's
down
dope.
there doing some stuff right now. So when I leave here, I'm going straight there, man. Get that content in.
I know that's right.
Content, man.
Content is king.
You feel what I'm saying?
We are in a content era. And one more thing I just want to touch on real quickly, and I know you got to get up out of here, but you talked about, getting with some of these like TikTokers and stuff who do dances and stuff. Them social media influencers can be very powerful. Because if they're doing a dance or even a skit with your music playing in the background, throw them $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they get 5 million views. That's 5 million people that have heard your song.
100%. Don't underestimate them, man. Because I study the game, and I be noticing like a lot of songs that I be getting put on be from some funny shit on TikTok.
Period.
And we like, and I'm like, damn, what song is that?
Yeah.
That could be your song, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you can't cut no corners. You gotta really hit everybody up and do everything you can do to get that music out, to get your face out, get your product out. You gotta go above and beyond. Don't cut no corners. Don't think you too big for something. Do it, man.
Right, absolutely. Because I had posted on my story the other day, McDonald's, everybody knows who McDonald's is.
Sure.
But they still advertise. They still have commercials. They still have billboards. You as an independent artist are not on a McDonald's level. Why are you not promoting your music every single day, putting them ads out there? You got to do that type of stuff.
You got to do that type of shit, man. That's what it is. Invest in yourself, man. Again, like I said, if you don't invest in yourself, I'm going to look at it as you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You can't expect nobody else to invest in you.
Big facts.
When motherfuckers come around me and shit, they see I'm already moving, I already got shit going on, and then they asking like, man, how can I help? And a quick story I say is like, my dad used to tell me, like, if you on the side of the road and you in the car and your car is stopped and you sitting in your car, he like, ain't nobody gonna fucking help you. You can put the hazards on. He like, ain't nobody gonna help you.
Right.
He said, but if you get out that car and you push that car and motherfuckers see you pushing it, he like, they gonna get out and help you push that car. That's just how life works.
That is a great analogy. Shout out to your pops for that one.
Yeah, that's how life works, man. If you ain't doing shit, ain't nobody gonna help you if you ain't already doing it.
Man, that is facts. You just dropped some gems today.
100%, yeah.
You got any more, like one quick life lesson or gem you want to leave us with?
Man, I think, well, a life gem, I would say, well, life, I think, is just how you look at it. I think life is truly, is how you look at it. I could give an example of, like, I remember times where when I first touched my first 10 grand, right, I felt like a millionaire. Yeah. Like, I really, really felt like, y'all can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? It was only 10,000. And then there was a point in time where I got down to my last 10,000 and I felt not the best. Yeah. And I'm just and I kind of had to sit back and say, like, yeah, bro, it's all how you look at it. This is the same 10,000 we talking about. So why did you feel this way that time and this way that time? Yeah. So I guess my thing to y'all would be just, man, life is really how you look at it. You know, it's some people out there that's really happy with what they got going on. So be grateful. You know what I'm saying? Show gratitude. You dig what I'm saying? And if you don't like the way shit is, then change it. You dig what I'm saying? But it ain't really what happened to you. It's like, life is not what happened to you, it's how you react to it. As they would say, 90% what happens to you, 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. That's what they say life is. You dig what I'm saying?
That is facts, and not everything deserves a reaction.
You dig what I'm saying?
Period. Don't act off emotion.
Please don't do that.
Because that's where you wind up in a bad situation.
Don't act off no emotion, man. For sure. You better go to therapy, man.
No, that's facts. Listen, bro, it was so good to catch up with you. We had a great conversation. I can't wait to continue and do it again and again. Yep. Tell people where they can follow you at.
Follow me on Instagram at Norffside Jugg, Norffjugg. We checking in again from Industry's Most Wanted.
Definitely. I know you got a lot of people that love you, support you. Who do you want to give thanks to, give gratitude to, shout out for supporting the movement?
Man, I want to shout out to my mother. I just went home and visited her. I love you, Ma. I know when you see this, you're going to be really geeked.
What's her name?
Sha. They call her, that's her name from back home, Sha.
Shout out to Sha, definitely.
Yeah, shout out my mama, man. Her and my little brother, I see you, bro. Man, just keep going, bro. You're making me proud. Just do the right thing. And everybody else, my kids, Baby J, Vale, everybody, my whole family. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all.
Definitely. One last question. Where are we at?
Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Big Industry's Most Wanted, not a little one. Tell everybody what makes you the Industry's Most Wanted.
Man, I think just me being authentic, me staying down with who I am and my sound, everything I'm doing my way. I don't, it's my path. I stay in my lane and talk what I talk and move how I move, and I do the right thing. At least I feel like I do, and I think what I'm doing is dope. And I'm doing it in a creative way too. You dig what I'm saying? I'm putting people on real game on how to get some money. You don't gotta rap, you don't gotta play ball, and you can still get this money. And don't cross nobody out while you doing it. And that's important, man. A lot of niggas exit niggas out, backdooring people. I don't believe in none of that. You can get to the top without crossing somebody out, bro.
Man, great piece of advice. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here.
Oh, for sure.
Give me some love, man.
Yep,
Boom.
already.
We up out of here, y'all.
For sure.
When that boy backdoored you, whoever knew you become a victim. Man, this shit cutthroat, nigga might slice me up. Ever since my first pair of Jordans, niggas ain't like me much. I was just a shorty, I'm hooping, fucking my Nikes up. Bitch,